Thanks very much, Mr. Chairman, and it's good to be back on this side of the Capitol as a member of the last joint HPSI-SISI endeavor. I'm very pleased to be here today with my good friend and my chairman, Senator Feinstein, and to publicly show the cooperative spirit and attitude that the HPSI and the SISI now have. Congressman Ruppersberger is exactly right. Well, the four of us have met any number of times, and we are working very closely together to make sure that we do the parallel oversight that needs to be done within the intelligence community. I, too, want to thank our witnesses for being here today, both of whom I have known for a very, very long time in a different capacity when they both wore the uniform of the United States of America, and are both true heroes of our country. And Director Petraeus, particularly to you, since this is your first hearing as a civilian to testify before this committee or this joint committee, we welcome you today. We welcome you to the community, although obviously you are certainly no stranger to any of us. But it's kind of unusual to see you sitting there without a green uniform on. But we're very, very pleased to have you where you are. To both of you, I just say thanks for joining us and sharing your assessments of the state of the intelligence community 10 years after the September 11 attacks. We also extend a special thanks to all of our law enforcement officers, first responders, and the men and women of our military and the intelligence community who work so hard every day to keep this country safe. As our nation observes the anniversary of one of the darkest days in our history, we're reminded of the lives lost and of the sacrifices made by so many to protect and defend this country. We all share the resolve that these sacrifices will not be in vain. We have made significant progress since 9/11, and I concur in the comments made by my chairman with respect to the progress that has been made. The operation against Osama bin Laden was a great success, especially in terms of cooperation between our military and the intelligence community. We have seen amazing improvements in our ability to go on the offensive against terrorists. Our counterterrorism analysis and collection have greatly improved, and more information is being shared, especially between the CIA and the FBI, which has made huge strides in transitioning to a full member of the intelligence community. But as we look back over the last 10 years, there have been failures as well, including the Fort Hood shooting, the attempted Christmas Day bombing of Northwest Flight 253, and the attempted bombing in Times Square. These attacks remind us that more work remains to be done and that we must be vigilant and resist complacency. The stovepipes we work so hard to break down cannot be permitted to slowly build up again. Congress created the National Counterterrorism Center to lead the fight against terrorism, but NCTC still struggles to get access to some government information that could be used to identify terrorists. Congress itself has given little insight into the executive branch's counterterrorism strategy and spending, a lack of visibility that is troubling given the variety of threats and the budget realities we face. We must make sure that our policies and laws promote the most effective counterterrorism operations, not those that are the most politically expedient. The Administration remains intent on closing Guantanamo Bay, even as we remain without a facility for long-term detention and questioning of terrorists, and even as the recidivism rate among former detainees continues to rise. Given my concerns about these detainees, especially those within AQAP, I was pleased that the Senate Intelligence Committee's authorization bill included several provisions to improve detainee oversight, one of which requires documents relating to the transfer of Guantanamo detainees. I believe this provision must be a part of any final authorization bill unless the Administration moves quickly to work with the committee on a reasonable alternative accommodation. Congress has work to do as well. We must put an end to the repeated sunsets in the U.S. Patriot Act and Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. Our intelligence collectors need certainty, not short-term extensions that do little for oversight. Each public debate about sensitive authorities raises the risk that our enemies will change their methods to defeat our surveillance. That is a gamble we should no longer take. Gentlemen, I look forward to hearing your views. I thank you both for your continued willingness to serve our country. And to my good friend Chairman Rogers, thank you very much for you and Chairman Feinstein for convening this hearing today.